Hey everyone. You know, we all want to live long and healthy lives, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But how do we actually do it well?
That's the question, isn't
Like,
it?
what are the keys?
Uh-huh.
So we're diving deep today into this BBC Learning English video.
Oh, cool.
It's called The Secrets to a Healthy Old Age.
I love that.
And some of the insights honestly might surprise you.
Yeah.
So get ready, because this deep dive could totally change how you think about getting older.
I'm ready.
Wow.
So I think what's really powerful about this video is how it flips the script on how we think about aging.
Okay.
You know, we often think about it as this inevitable decline,
Yeah.
something we don't have any control over.
Oh.
But this video highlights how much power we actually have over the process.
Whoa. Okay, so you're telling me I have control over more than half of how I age.
That's right.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested to hear more about these biggest levers
Right.
that I can pull.
Well, right away, the video brings up this professor, Professor Sarah Harper. She's the director of the Oxford Institute of Population Aging.
Wow, okay.
And she says that a whopping 60% of aging is within our control.
Seriously,
Yeah, our lifestyle choices, they really do matter.
60%.
Uh-huh.
That's amazing.
Isn't that incredible?
But what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, one of the first things that Professor Harper talks about is having a positive attitude.
Hmm.
And you know what? The science really backs it up.
Interesting.
Studies have shown that people with a more, optimistic outlook,
Okay.
they actually tend to stay healthier as they age.
Wow.
Turns out optimism isn't just this feel-good thing.
Right.
It's actually a superpower for healthy aging.
Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Is a positive attitude really that powerful?
it is.
Are we just saying to people put on rose-colored glasses and ignore the real problems?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's not about ignoring challenges or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
about approaching them with more of a sense of hope and resilience.
Mhm.
And the data from these studies, it's really compelling.
Such as?
Well, researchers followed twins over time,
Oh, wow.
and they found that the twin with the more positive outlook actually fared better health-wise.
So just their mindsets really affected them.
Yeah.
That's pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
But it can't just be about thinking happy thoughts, right?
No.
There's got to be more to it than that.
Absolutely.
What?
The video goes on to make this really interesting comparison between loneliness and smoking.
Oh, okay.
Professor Harper points out that statistically, loneliness can be as detrimental to our health as smoking.
Whoa, okay. I'm kind of intrigued by this loneliness comparison.
Yeah.
Is it really as bad as smoking?
It can be.
Yeah.
How does that even work?
Well, it really highlights how important social connection is as we age.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Strong relationships, they give us support,
Huh.
they reduce our stress,
Okay.
and they can actually even boost our immune systems.
That makes sense.
We've all heard, all the time about the dangers of smoking.
Right.
But we don't really talk about loneliness in the same way.
No, we don't.
So how do we actually combat loneliness and build these strong connections,
Right.
especially as we get older?
That's a great question.
How do we do it?
Well, the video brings up this concept called the Mediterranean model.
Okay.
And they're not just talking about the food here.
Right.
It's a whole way of life.
Okay, so maybe I can't move to Italy tomorrow.
Yeah.
But what are some simple things that we can do to bring that Mediterranean spirit into our lives?
Yeah.
What's so special about how they live?
Right. So it's all built on these 3 pillars.
Okay.
So, of course, you have the healthy cuisine that we always hear about.
Yeah.
All the fresh vegetables, olive oil, fish.
All the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. All that good stuff.
Right.
But then there's more to it.
Okay.
They really emphasize outdoor exercise,
Uh-huh.
which is a lot easier when you're in that warm, sunny climate.
Okay.
But then finally, and maybe most importantly,
Good.
there's a really strong emphasis on these communal ties.
Communal ties.
Okay.
Give me an example of what that looks like in their everyday life.
Okay, so picture this.
Okay.
You know those communal meals where everyone sits down together,
Yeah.
shares food,
Huh?
has conversations?
Yeah.
And then they also have these multi-generational households
Right.
where different generations of a family all live together under one roof.
This reminds me of my grandmother.
Oh, wow.
She always had this huge garden,
Uh-huh.
and she made the best meals from it.
Oh, that's nice.
We'd have the whole family over
Oh.
every Sunday for dinner.
Awesome.
And she always swore that that garden and those meals were the key to her long life.
Wow.
And she lived to be 98.
There you go.
I know.
It's all about creating these spaces for genuine connection
Yeah.
and these shared experiences.
Yeah.
Like, it's about fostering the sense of belonging and community. That's something that we can all really learn from, no matter where we live.
Totally. Okay, I'm starting to see how these pieces fit together.
Uh-huh.
So we got the healthy diet,
Right.
active lifestyle,
Yeah,
and strong social connections.
exactly.
But how practical is all that for like the average person,
Yeah, that's a good question.
you know?
Well, the good news is
Okay.
you don't need to like totally overhaul your life to benefit from this model.
Okay, good.
Start small.
Okay.
Maybe try like a weekly family dinner
Yeah,
or a potluck with friends.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be anything fancy.
that's a great idea. And what about like the diet part? Does it
Yeah.
have to be strictly Mediterranean?
Well, the Mediterranean diet's a really good model,
Okay.
but the key is to just focus on those whole unprocessed foods.
Yeah.
Prioritize fruits and vegetables,
Right.
lean protein,
Wow.
and then limit those processed foods, sugary drinks, and unhealthy fats.
So it's more about making these smart choices that work for you. And don't forget about staying active.
Right.
We don't all have to become marathon runners or anything, but finding activities that we enjoy
Uh-huh.
and making them a part of our routine, that's important.
Absolutely. It's all about moving our bodies in ways that feel good
Yeah.
and that bring us joy.
Yeah.
It's all about progress, not perfection.
Right.
Aging is a natural part of life.
Yeah.
It's something to be celebrated,
Totally.
not feared.
I love that.
Yeah.
This has been so eye-opening.
Good.
But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I want to go back to that French woman who lived to be 122 years old.
Okay.
Like if someone can live that long,
Right.
what's possible for the rest of us?
Yeah.
What does the future of aging hold?
Yeah, it really makes you wonder.
It does.
Like, what if that's just the beginning?
Right.
What if we're only just scratching the surface
Mhm.
of what's possible when it comes to human lifespan?
It's a pretty exciting time to be talking about aging.
It is. Think about it.
Okay.
We're living in an era like with all these advancements in science and technology
Yeah.
and the field of longevity research.
Okay.
It's like exploding with new discoveries every single day.
Oh,
It's like we're on the verge of this whole new understanding of what it even means to age.
Okay, now this is where it starts to sound like a sci-fi movie to me.
I know.
Are we really talking about like extending the human lifespan
Yeah.
significantly?
Yeah.
Like could people really routinely live to be 120 or even 150 years old?
Well, it's definitely still early days.
Right.
But the possibilities are pretty mind-blowing.
I believe it.
For example, scientists are studying certain species
Okay.
of jellyfish and worms
Uh,
that exhibit this remarkable longevity.
well,
Some of them can even regenerate damaged cells.
what?
Yeah, and they're looking for clues from these creatures
Okay.
that could help us unlock these secrets to extending the human lifespan.
So we're learning from nature's longevity champion.
Exactly.
Fascinating. But even if we could extend the lifespan like that,
Huh.
wouldn't that mean spending more years in decline?
Right.
I'm not sure I want to live longer if it just means more years of poor health.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Longevity research isn't just about adding years to life. It's about adding life to years.
Okay.
It's about making sure that those extra years are actually filled with vitality,
Mhm.
health, and purpose.
So it's not just about living longer.
No.
It's about living better.
Yeah.
It's about holding on to like our physical and cognitive abilities.
Yes.
Our passions, our connections,
Uh-huh.
our ability to contribute to the world.
Exactly. And that's where all of those strategies that we talked about earlier,
Right.
A positive mindset,
Yeah.
strong social connections, a healthy lifestyle,
Right.
those become even more important.
Okay.
Those aren't just tips for aging gracefully.
Right.
Those are investments in our future well-being,
Totally.
no matter how long that future may be.
This has been such an incredible deep dive.
It has.
I feel like my entire perspective on aging is totally shifted.
Good. I'm glad.
We're not just these passengers
Right.
on this aging journey.
Uh-huh.
We're active participants,
Yeah,
shaping our own destinies.
that's right.
And who knows what the future holds?
Yeah,
Maybe we'll all be celebrating our 122nd birthdays one day.
maybe so.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of healthy aging.
Of course.
Until next time, remember to keep learning, keep exploring,
Uh-huh.
and keep living life to the fullest no matter what your age.